Hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? My name is Doodles, and today I want to talk about fidget spinners. Fidget spinners. Now recently, fidget spinners have become quite a meme. These sort of randomly surged in popularity. Suddenly it was a cool thing to have, all the kids had them, and then YouTube found out about them and suddenly the whole craze just exploded. People have made tens of thousands of dollars talking about fidget spinners, and I want to join in. But I don't want to talk about the meme that they've become and try and cash in on the trend of fidget spinners. I want to talk about fidget spinners and fidget cubes and the benefits that these actually have to many, many people. And unfortunately, recently, a lot of people probably won't end up finding out about that because they've become such a meme at this point. No self-respecting person wants to be seen in public playing with one of these. But as some of you guys may know, that fidget spinners were actually designed to be an anxiety tool. They were sort of created for people with anxiety, ADHD, and a whole host of other problems. I myself suffer from anxiety quite bad. I've actually got a diagnosed panic disorder. So yeah, I actually really do suffer from anxiety. So these are actually meant to be a little tool that can help. And I've got to say, I think they actually do. It's something you can concentrate on. You can spend a few minutes. It's almost like a game trying to get these to spin for as long as possible. And it can be really fun. You can literally spend ages just doing this and just waiting and seeing how long you can go before it actually stop spinning. And then when it stops spinning, you can just do it all again. And I've got to say, I think this actually would work really well for anxiety. In fact, it actually does. I've used this before at a point where I was feeling particularly anxious, and I decided I was walking about and I was just spinning it, and I sort of focused on trying to keep the spin going, trying to see how fast I could make it spin. And I think it really did help for the anxiety. When they say when you get anxious, you're meant to think of something happy, you're meant to concentrate on something. And I think this is a great tool in order to do that. ADHD, I don't have ADHD, or I'm not diagnosed with it, so obviously I assume I don't have it. But I wouldn't have said it would help with ADHD that much. I think in this instance, a fidget cube would be a lot better for that. I recently bought this mainly just to see what it was like, because I've had the fidget spinner since about May, and I got to say, yeah, it has come in handy, and I just like to bound these fidget cubes, and it's really cool. It looks like a dice, but it's got various things. On this side, it's got a light switch. This has got some random button that you can push in. This side's got a ball that you can rotate, and you've got these little switches which you can switch backwards and forwards. This one's is like a dice, like a 5 on a dice, and you can push those buttons in. And this side's slightly indented, and this one has a circle which you can spin the plastic around. And I've got to say, I think this, in my opinion, probably wouldn't help for anxiety as much. Whereas something like a fidget spinner, you can actually spend a lot of time spinning it, and you can sort of have fun with it and almost make it like a game and really take your mind off whatever is going on in your head at the time, trying to make this spin as fast as possible for as long as possible. I think this really does work for anxiety, and the fidget cube, I'd say, would probably work more for us, for ADHD, I'd say, or maybe even OCD. It seems that's nearly said that. It's something where you could sit with it in your hand as if you was trying to concentrate on something. You could just sit with it in your hand, just play with it, just mess about with it, just do whatever you do. Now, a lot of people out there actually chew pens. You probably do it yourself, or you probably know someone that does. Or when they just sat doing work, maybe on a computer, they just sat spinning it around the fingers. And I've got to say, I've done it before, trying to spin it around. I don't know, try and do cool little tricks, spin it between your fingers. And yeah, I've got to say, it's quite fun. It's a good way to give your hand something to do. I think if you're trying to concentrate, sometimes it is definitely. Now, a lot of people do actually like having things in the hands and sort of playing with random little things. A lot of people chew pens. You might do it yourself, or you might know someone that does. Or you just like to just do this when you say sat on the computer. You might just start doing something, doing some work, and you just want to sort of twiddle it around your fingers. You're just trying to sort of, don't know. I used to do it quite a lot. I don't know why, but I used to do it quite a bit. Trying to do sort of like weird things. I don't know. Trying to spin it around your fingers. Trying to do tricks. Trying to cycle it through your fingers in weird patterns. I don't know. Something to sort of like occupy your. And also another common way that people occupy their hands when they are doing stuff is smoking. I used to smoke quite a while ago, and when I was on my computer and doing stuff like that, I smoked a lot more. For some reason, whenever I'm doing something, whenever I'm concentrating on something, whether it's on the computer or whatever, I also seem to smoke a lot more. I could actually smoke 2 or 3 times the rate that I normally would smoke cigarettes. So when I'm on the computer, I could literally be sat in my office and I would spark up, I'd have my cigarette, I'd finish it. A few minutes later, I'd spark up again. I could just do that over and over again. And I don't know why. I don't know why I do it, but I know I'm not the only one. A lot of people do it too. And it's definitely a bad habit. But now I use this, and I've got to say, I'm probably more addicted to using this in the same way that I did when I was smoking, just to sort of like occupy my hands when I'm doing stuff, as opposed to actually being addicted to the nicotine itself. I've actually gone from 18 milligrams down to 6 milligrams and no issue. So I don't think I think I'm addicted to the nicotine, but not in the same way that I'm addicted to just having it in my hand. I think I could give up the nicotine, have a 0 milligram, but I think I would struggle to just stop smoking this altogether, even without the nicotine being a factor. What? Vape Nation. So for that reason, I'd say that these probably work a lot better for ADHD than fidget spinners. I'd say fidget spinners are probably more an anxiety type of tool, where I think this is definitely more of like a fidget thing. If you get sort of restless, or I suppose it will work for anxiety. I suppose if you are getting anxious, you can sit and just do this for a few minutes and it will probably calm you down. But I think this definitely for someone that gets like agitated and has to constantly be doing something and can't sort of like settle down and can't just sort of chill out. I think fidget cubes definitely help. Like that. And like I said, people who maybe smoke when they're trying to want to occupy their hands, are just constantly smoking or vaping or something like that, this might help. This might definitely be something to check out. And I think if you got anxiety, I think this will probably have more benefit than a fidget cube, but I think less benefit if you have something like ADHD. I think this is just a sort of a game you can play, trying to make it spin as fast as you can for as long as you can. And before you know it, you can spend a good amount of time doing this, and then all the thoughts that you're worrying about can disappear, and you can just go on with your day. So I think they've both got the benefits for different reasons, and it's really sad that fidget spinners have become such a meme now, because a lot of people will instantly see them and laugh and think that's that trend that everyone's on about, why are people so obsessed with these things. And I think it's a shame. I think there's many people out there with anxiety, maybe depression, ADHD, other mental illness disorders. I'm not entirely sure what they might be beneficial for. There's a lot of information out there on the internet, but there's a lot of people who may have conditions that these may or may not help with, who are never going to give them a try, because of the way that these have just been memed over the last few months. But let me know what you think of these. Do you have a fidget spinner? Do you have a fidget cube? Do you have one because your life is just one big meme, or do you have it for a purpose such as anxiety, ADHD, or anything? Let me know what you think. Let me know your experiences of these down below in the comment section. A very, very random video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys took something away from it, maybe learned something. You probably clicked on the video expecting it to be one big meme, probably a meme that was like a month old and everyone's already past the fidget spinner phase. But that's probably part of the reason why I held off making the video. I actually want to talk about them in a way that wasn't just being such a dank meme and all that stuff, and talking about the actual benefits that these have, and that people should ignore the fact that they've been memed so much and maybe just give them a try if you're having issues like anxiety, ADHD, etc, etc. Let me know what you think of them down below in the comment section. If you've enjoyed this video today, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. My name is Doodles. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.